Welcome to Chasing Gold, the 2025 Black Canyon edition. I am Schuyler Hall, bringing you along as we meet many of the top runners. They're going to be tearing up the course on February 8th, a live stream of which you can watch here on the Mountain Outpost channel. Joining us today is no stranger to being on camera on Mountain Outpost for a live stream. We had her here at the race last year on the media team, and now she's taken to the start line. Katie Asmuth, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited to toe the line. So excited. Yeah, really pumped.
We're definitely going to have to get into how we got here and sort of pick your brain about going from the media side back to the racing side. But I have to start with the opening question that we have been asking our guests here on Chasing Gold. So I need you to put your imagination cap on and imagine, we're in the heart of contract season. You're in the elevator with the head of your dream brand. It could be running related, non-endemic. What is your 30-second elevator pitch on why that brand should bet on you in 2025 and beyond?
Sure. I'd say there's nobody on that line that loves the sport more than I do. And I can say that with the deepest part of my heart. Well, maybe there's other people, but in my perspective, it feels as if I care about this sport. I care about the longevity of this sport, and I care about the ethos of this sport. And it feels as if coming back in 2025, I am ready to jump right back into where I left off after 3 top 10s at Western States, 2 top 5s. I broke my foot and needed to take a year off in 2024. And now I'm back fully recovered and ready to rock. And I'm coming in with a veteran mindset and a fire that happens when you've been injured for a while, and really, really looking forward to throwing down.
Looking forward to throwing down is a great way to frame it. Let's talk about your 2024 and really, what's happened since Western States 2023. As you mentioned, you have 3 top 10 finishes, including 2 top 5s. You were 4th female in 2023. And then in terms of results, we haven't seen you since Western. So walk us through the injury. What did that entail? And what does rehab look like for you over the last year?
I should say I did run the Javelina 31K last October. No big deal. So, did toe a line. So what happened to backtrack, Western States 2022, I broke my navicular bone on my foot in the race, and it was a long journey from there. I didn't know I broke it. I was about 5-10 days after the race. I found that out, and I had surgery, was fully cleared after, months in a scooter, and then, lots of work on the arm bike, and, finally getting back to racing. In 2023, I raced 3 races, Way Too Cool, Gorge 50K, and then Western States in 2023. Had the best race of my life, got 4th, and just had fun. It was so fun. I came back and just man, I ran with my heart and smiling the whole time. I was just so happy to be back at Western States after the year that had been, and had an awesome day. And that's what happens when I'm in a good place. I was just so happy to be there. And then it was 5 days after that race, I had some ache to my foot, and I was like, what? I haven't felt that in a long time. It better be fine. And I went and got a CT, and they were like, ooh, it never fully healed. And I was like, what? So then they didn't want to do surgery again because they were like, it's pretty invasive. Let's do 15 weeks in the ortho boot. So I did that. I'm in Chamonix doing media with Free Trail. I'm still super involved in the sport and having, frankly, a great time feeling still involved because there's lots of ways to be involved in the sport. And to find out that, nope, I did need surgery. So November 2023, they had to put 3 pins and a plate in my foot. Again, this just really crappy, not the way, never goes according to plan, but this was not fun. I'd never had a broken bone before. So it was really just this sucks. I felt like I was a very durable athlete to then in surgery twice within 2 years. And then decided 2024 to take the year and really fully accepted the fact that I was going to play the long game and put my ego aside and spent the entire year doing media, crewing lots of friends, Hard Rock, Western States, Javelina. I just had so much fun. So yeah, I'm back now, fully healthy, totally back to my previous mileage, and yeah, feeling ready to go. So that's where I've been. And of course, I don't know where I'm going, but feeling pretty good about it. And you can only do what you can do. But I wish I had a couple more months of training since I really only started running in like August, September. So it feels like, whew, but this whole time in 2024, I was gravel cycling a ton. And so I stayed in shape and I'm able to get back to full fitness and yeah, ready to give Black Canyon what I can get of it. So.
No, we're super excited to have you back. You mentioned about the media work that you did throughout 2024. That included being on the team for Black Canyon last year at this race. I'm wondering what about that experience on the media side, A, potentially got you interested in coming to run the 100K with us this year, and B, what watching the race play out on the media side are you taking, what lessons are you taking into 2025 as you had a front row view watching the race last year?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, I raced the 60K when we had a 60K in 2022.
Yeah.
Had a really fun experience there. I mean, I just love Aravaipa and love every race that you guys put on. So I was really stoked to be there. I actually was doing media for the 100K and then jumped into the 60K the next day and had a good day there. And just want to be back and love this course. I love really fast runnable courses, though there's some tricky, more technical spots than people probably give it credit for. But I love the course, love the people, love the community here, and excited to race it. I'm going for a ticket like everybody else is. And yeah, I will say, getting to your second part of the question about the media and having front row seat, yeah, this sport has changed, guys, like a lot. I feel like when I ran the best race of my life at Western States 2023 and I was fourth, I mean, we were chatting the whole time. I mean, it was so much fun. There was 7 women through Forest Hill together. I mean, we were all together chatting, like keep reminding each other to drink and, oh, when you need some more ice, I've got some here, like helping each other out. Not like that ethos doesn't continue in our sport, but like it does feel a little bit faster, a lot faster, and just maybe not cutthroat, but like a little bit more people are there to throw down, and it's like you're maybe less friends on the course, which is a new style for me because I like to have fun out there on the day. So I'm going to have a good time no matter what. And I love to race against other really strong women. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of the tactics that people play out there. You put your media cap on and I want to watch it. Like, who's going to go out first? Who's going to try and hang on? Who's going to be the catch group? I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out, but it's going to be a fun and entertaining race for sure, no matter what goes down. So,
For sure. And I mean, don't downplay how fast you ran at Western in 2023. You still ran 17:21. So not slow. But yes, we've heard consistently throughout podcast interviews and on the Chasing Gold series around how much the sport is leveling up. You mentioned the sort of in-race dynamics between who's going to go off the front, sort of a breakaway group and a chase pack. How do you see that playing out this year? Do you think that somebody's going to try to take it from the gun? Do you think that there is still a world where folks can pick up places in the back half? Like how has the race tactics changed since you last towed the line at Western?
Yeah, I think you have to be in that front group. I think if you want a ticket, I think there's so many women, there's like 15 of us going for a ticket. And if you're not in the front, or the chase group is really, a couple minutes behind, it could be a potential. I also think that people need to run within themselves and kind of speaking from like knowing how to run an ultra, that sometimes people go out too hot and they can't hold it and kind of blow up. And we've seen that at Black Canyon. We've also seen it the other way. We've got True Heart Brown, who just takes off and then leads the whole way. So yeah, I do think people are going to start out fast and try and hold on for as long as possible. And I think it's going to be about really quick aid station turnarounds. I think it's about logistics out there and how dialed people are with their nutrition and staying cool. And, whoever does that best wins. So, yeah, I think it's a lot more than just pure talent. I think there's a lot of, I think the strategy is a big part of these ultras, and we'll see how it shakes out, but I'm really, really curious. I definitely think people are going to go out hot in the front, and then other people are going to try and hold on and see how long they can hold on. And it's going to just be it's a fun game out there. Cat and mouse.
Katie having fun out there. Who'd have guessed? I'm intrigued to hear more about your thoughts on that nutrition side. We've heard so much talk over the last year around high carb and fueling and liquids versus gels and all these types of dynamics at play. And it's been a while since you've run a race of this duration. So I'm just kind of wondering where your head is at, and if you are changing anything about your nutrition strategy, if you've had a chance to practice it, what's that dynamic looking like for you now?
I'm changing a ton. So I'm going into this next season of life, kind of thinking of this as a fresh start in my career. I'm super committed to being the best I can be. And that feels like super exciting. I'm very curious to see how it all shakes out. But I've treated this block as just all about trying to investigate what's going on with my body. So I'm working with Vic Johnson. I'm working, I use an H drop. I'm doing, heat suits on the bike. I'm doing everything that David Roach tells me to do. And really trying to dial in, like pretty specifically my plan for race day nutrition and hydration. I will also say that, as we all know, you can have the best plan and it will go out the window. And so, of course, I'm training to what I can train, but I'm also running in, 20 to 40 degree weather in Mammoth. So, it's going to be totally different temperatures, and I haven't been training in that. So we'll see. That could absolutely be a problem on the day. So I know, and I'm super confident that I can be flexible on the go and switch things up as needed. And that's super fun for me. Like, it feels really fun to kind of go inward and think about what's happening and trying to problem solve on the fly. I don't know. I love the sport. It's so fun to do that. And it feels like such a privilege to put yourself in a situation where you can really focus in on your body and the needs that it has.
Yeah, you're someone who's very plugged in to the sport across the board, right? Obviously, like you are a runner, you've done media work, podcasts, you are pretty locked in on what's occurring in the space. So recognizing what your competition has been doing since you've been away, and now that you're going to be towing the line against them, is there a moment during this training block, or in the past, basically since August, since you started running again, where you had an aha moment where you knew you were ready to take on this challenge? Was there a workout, a race, or was it just like a moment you looked at the totality of the work and you're like, I'm ready to go crush them?
Yes. The answer is yes. So let's see. I ran a 50K in training for fun, and it was a really bad day. I mean, it was great. I finished it, but I was wearing orthotics to try and help my foot, just to keep it stable. It seemed like a good idea. And around mile 23 or something, got these horrible hot spots that then turned into blisters that then burst during the run on the arches of my feet. Dumb, like amateur move. Like, what are you thinking? But I was trying to think like, oh, my foot's still not strong enough to run long distance. Like, maybe I need, it's strong. There's no other reason I shouldn't think it's strong, but I'm just trying to support it more. It feels like a good idea. And so that I came out of that run going like, that sucked. And, but I was really proud of myself for not spiraling and for not being really frustrated. And luckily the blisters healed within like 2 days. I was fine. But it was a little scary. Like, oh God, how am I going to manage this now without orthotics? Because I've been using them for the last, since August. And my foot was fine, like totally fine. And it was like, awesome. Right. So the body kind of is miraculous. It really is. And it's been really fun to kind of just watch how your body can adapt so quickly. But the long run after that, I nailed it. I was like, sweet. If I can do that, I will win Black Canyon. So that feels good. And of course, again, like that was in 40-degree weather. So everything can change, though I do feel pretty confident in hot weather. I mean, I do well at states, but so I don't know what's going to happen out there, but there's a lot of unknowns. But that felt really good to be like, oh, okay. And I texted my coach and was like, I'm ready. So that feels really good to put in that, like a big effort where you're like really finished feeling like you could have done it again and again, which feels really good. So, yeah, you just never know. I mean, it could be anybody's day out there. And if it's your day, then awesome. And it could be an off day and that'll be okay too. I'm just really excited to toe the line and see what the day brings.
You're always bringing a vibe. Wherever you go, you are a party. So we're super excited to have you on the start line and bring this energy and bring this fitness to the course. I want to pivot slightly because there are a lot of folks who have been following your journey and are excited to see you back, but are also excited about the work you've done to bring community together in this space, and trail running and just being outdoors in general, and especially with women in the sport specifically. Can you just talk a bit about what that work has meant to you over the past couple of years, and what's getting you excited in 2025 as we continue to build that community, focus on the women's race and really just build up the whole foundation?
Thanks for asking this, Schuyler. I love this question. Let's do another episode just on this. So yeah, this has been a big emphasis in the last couple of years for my work and many others, and it's not ending. We're only just beginning. Things like I got off a call with the PTRA, the Professional Trail Running Association, and ITRA, the International Trail Running Association, yesterday regarding how we are going to work together for increasing women in sport, and lots of initiatives there. Worked very closely in starting the Here for the Women's Race campaign, which was very, very fun last spring. And that was a part of PTRA as well. And now Corinne and Hillary are now taking that over, which is awesome. It's nonprofit and everybody should support it. And there's a whole board that's deciding on what to do with the proceeds. 100% of the proceeds goes to funding content for underrepresented women in our sport. So we're really excited about that. We've worked very closely with UTMB, and it's been really eye-opening about some of the differences in priority, and then also about working very closely and helping see each other's, like, both sides of the equation, and really trying to go into any conversation with an open mind, and trying to work closely together versus kind of rebel. So it feels really like we're in a really good place in the sport because we have really good open communication, which has been a journey, and we're getting there, which is really fun. So yeah, that's some of the things I'm working on. There's a lot more that's going to come down in 2025, but yeah, I guess shout out if you have a Here for the Women's Race shirt, please wear it, or sweatshirt. They have sweatshirts now. Please wear it. We're going to get a group photo at the expo. So more to come on that. But yeah, it's been really fun and connected with a lot of really incredible women that way.
Love it. See, and even though you haven't actually been running down the race course, you've been able to bring people into the sport and continue to build that vibe. So we appreciate the work that you're doing, and anything that we can do as a collective to advance that work. Obviously, let us know. We want to help you build that infrastructure moving forward.
Wait, are we gonna collab? Is that what you're saying, Schuyler? Wait, like Aravipa Here for the Women's Race collab? Let's go. Come on, you heard it here first.
Not breaking any news here. I'm just saying it. Be on the lookout, folks. But thinking about Black Canyon specifically, I want to hit you with the quick mix. It's the 5 fast questions off the top of the dome to wrap up this session before we see each other in person. Katie, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right. Question number 1. Obviously, this is a course that you know and you've watched a lot of people run down. What shoes are you considering at the moment to race in at Black Canyon?
I can't quite announce that yet. The week of the race, I will be announcing my new sponsorship, which is very fun. Adds to a little hype and excitement. And I will tell you then.
I'm here for it. I'm also here for hype in trail running. So question number 2, what is your walkout song to the start line?
Ooh. How about some like AC/DC Thunderstruck or something like, like kind of like powerful and like let's go, like pumps you up. Does that sound good? Is that fun?
1, it's your walkout song. 2, this
Feels
sounds
like a workout
attractive to
song.
you. So yes.
Also, I have a 7 and 9-year-old boys that love that song, so that feels like a good walkout song.
Classic banger. Can't fault you for that. Question number 3. You have an unlimited budget for a month-long training camp. Where are you headed and why?
Ooh, unlimited. Do I get to travel in this, or is this
Absolutely.
like you
You
have to
can
kind of
go
stay?
wherever you want, bring who you need to. Money is no object.
Ooh. My first thought was New Zealand, just because there's so much the terrain is so varied, which is really fun. You could travel to a lot of different types of like trails. But I feel like you have to say the Alps, because then you could just go all over in the Alps. Like we could hit up Austria, we could hit Italy and France. Like it would all just be, that would be rad. Just go like hut to hut to hut. That would probably be it. Just like live a life in the huts.
Cool. Hey, do what feels good. Question number 4. We're turning Black Canyon into a 2-person relay. So think 3-legged race style. Which of your competitors are you tying yourself to?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go with MK Sullivan, because she just threw down in New York and I need that leg speed. So we're going to go with MK.
Love it. And the last question for you, as we mentioned, and as you've been a part of yourself, we have the live stream for Black Canyon happening here on the Mountain Outpost channel. We love us a good live chat. So what emoji do you want your supporters to just spam in the live chat to show you love while you're running down course?
Aww. I mean, I hope that it's like brain emoji going like, wow, she's really back. But I'll take some heart hands, like,
Okay.
or maybe some explosion booms. That would be cool. Like, ding, she's at it. Like, let's go, boom, boom. I don't know. Any of those 3 we'll take.
Sweet. So it shall be done. So you guys at home, you know what to do. Just throw all the emojis in the chat as Katie's making her way down the course on February 8th here on the Mountain Outpost channel. Follow along. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down there and then hit that little bell so you get notified when the live stream pops up on race day. Katie, any last words for the viewers at home?
Oh man, you guys, there's so much going on in the world right now. And I feel like this has been so much fun to kind of ground me in my local community and the trail running community and the things that I really hold dear. And it's been a bit of a distraction from what's actually happening out in the world. And it feels like really, really good to be welcomed back to the start line of such an incredible community. And I'm just really lucky that my path crossed into this sport. So really happy to be back and really hoping it's a good year.
Well, we're happy to have you back, and we're happy to follow along on race day for the 2025 Black Canyon. So, Katie, thanks for joining us today. Thank you all at home for watching us here on Chasing Gold. I've been Schuyler Hall. See you guys next time.